everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading. We're going to be looking at your person today. All right, I will be using a 5-card spread, which is going to cover your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, actions, and then the outcome involving you. Okay, so or towards you, their thoughts, feelings towards you, their intentions towards you, their next actions towards you, and then the outcome of the situation. Okay, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate all the support. It really does help the channel grow and glow. Today we're using the Sweet Blossom Lenormand. So keeping it relatively simple. This is a format I use quite frequently, and I do find it works best with just sort of one deck, and this is just a pretty standard Lenormand deck. Not many, there's no extra cards in this one, so we're just sort of keeping it simple today, guys. As always, timestamps in the description box, and we're going to start off with Aries. Okay, Aries. What does Aries need to know in regard to your person? Aries, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. And what is the outcome of this situation for our Aries? Okay, so Aries, your person's thoughts and feelings here. Okay, so they're thinking with the Star card. All right, so they still have a lot of hope for this connection. There's still a lot of optimism and hope. You are the goal that they have in their thoughts. You are the wish, the dream, desire person that they are wanting. There's a lot of goals and aspirations that this person does think of when they think of you. They have like an ideal situation in mind when it comes to you and this connection. But with their feelings, we do see the Mountain coming through. So, for some of you, you may be dealing with a Capricorn. That is the Capricorn card. We do see Aquarius there as well, but they might be on the cusp even of those two. But the Mountain here, it does talk about their feeling as though there's a lot of obstacles that need to be overcome in order to reach those goals, that aspired connection between the two of you here. There's a lot of hard work. It feels like they're willing to put in the hard work, like they feel as though they're capable of doing the work necessary to make this work with you, Aries, but they're still seeing, they feel as though there's a lot of blockages, a lot of obstacles, a lot of, delays in between yourself and them that would need to be overcome in order to move forward in this connection. Okay, their intentions, we do have the Tower coming through. So their intentions are pretty much to, isolate themselves from you. Okay, it's kind of this energy of, needing to separate themselves from you in some kind of way, take a day to think about things, or, take a week, take a month to really, separate their energy from your energy and really work out, if their thoughts are actually in line with what they do really want here, because of how many obstacles there are between the two of you here, Aries. There seems like they're taking some time to themselves at the moment. That's their intention anyway, is to really spend some time in solitude and really work out, especially too with the intention here as the Tower. It does sort of reference back to their feelings, where it's kind of like asking themselves, how can this foundation be fixed? How can we rebuild the foundation, the structure of this connection in order to make it something more positive between us? What do I need to do? Do we need to rip it down completely and start all over again? Or, they're really taking some time separating themselves, spending some time in isolation to really, understand the situation on a deeper level and understand the foundation and the structure of the connection, so that they can then work out how to fix that foundation and structure. Okay, Aries, their actions, we do see the Garden. Okay, so that their actions are a little bit different to the intentions, because their actions are more social based, more public based, more wanting to meet up with you and spend time with you and meet in the middle and compromise on matters and things like that. Their actions are very get out there and do it kind of energy. This is my date card as well, so their actions may be to ask you on a date. It could also refer more so though to their actions being spending a lot of time with friends and meeting up on a very social level with others and focusing on social, like their social life, rather than this connection. They may be isolating themselves from you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're isolating themselves from their social situations. Okay, so they may be sort of meeting up with friends and talking it through with friends and that sort of thing. Maybe actions that they are taking is for a few of you, it feels a little bit like distraction techniques, to be completely honest, that they're trying to distract themselves with the social butterfly life, to get out there and see what else is around and available to them, kind of thing. But we also do see here with the garden, the messages of social media are quite strong with this card as well. So their actions may be to maybe post things on social media trying to get your attention, that sort of stuff as well. Or there may just be some link there to social media between the two of you as well. Or this person is social media, someone that posts a lot of things on social media or something along those lines as well. Now, when it comes to the action, we do see, sorry, not the actions, the outcomes of yourself and this person, Aries. We have the key. Okay, so ultimately, there is a lot of opportunities for success here, but it's kind of just a lot of opportunities in general. This key could unlock opportunities for you both that don't include you both as well. Okay, there may be other opportunities for you. The outcome might be that you take another opportunity that's available to you because it appears to be more successful. If you do choose to focus on this one person, Aries, there is opportunities for this connection to be successful. Okay, it's all about the doors that you choose to walk through, the opportunities that you choose to take with this situation. I'm picking up here with the outcome that for quite a lot of you, it's the outcome is more erred towards you here, Aries. That it's your opportunities and your choice on which opportunities you decide to take here. But if you do decide to take the opportunity with this person, be aware that they do feel as though there's a lot of obstacles or blockages between the two of you that will need to be worked out. But ultimately, they are still thinking that you are, the thing that they wish for the most. All right, the connection with you is heavy in their thoughts. It's a strong desire of theirs to see that wish fulfilled. So you definitely have opportunity for success with this connection. It's really kind of feels like it's up to you, Aries, whether you yourself prefer to take a different opportunity, a different door to walk through here with this situation or not. All right, but that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, cross-watch your person's placements as well. And we will move on over to Taurus. Okay, Taurus and your person. What do we see today for Taurus and your person? Taurus, your person's thoughts towards you, their feelings about you, their intentions and actions towards you here. And then what is the outcome for Taurus with your person? Clarify that, please. Okay, so we do see their thoughts are on the bouquet, the flowers here. I'm just going to run through what I'm seeing here, Taurus, because there is multiple ways to read these energies, but because of what I'm seeing in the intentions and actions, it is erring me towards a certain thought pattern that seeing the bouquet would lead us to believe with this person. Their feelings towards you, we have the book. Their intentions towards you, we see the scythe. And then their actions towards you, we see the whip. Okay, so the scythe and the whip as intentions and then actions. There is a progression from their thoughts here, all right, because we see the bouquet, the flowers is 9, the scythe is 10, and then the whip is 11. So there is a progression in this person as well. So the way that they're thinking about things here with the flowers, seeing that as the intentions and outcomes of this person, it's kind of like they're really weighing up the reciprocal energy between the two of you here, Taurus. Do you give as much as you take? What do you add to their life, Taurus? Do you give, are you a gift or are you more trouble than you're worth, kind of thing? I think it's actually the other way around, but we're not getting into that just yet. But they're really thinking about, giving and receiving, and if it's equal between the two of you. That seems to be a big issue on their mind here, that maybe they're unsure how to give to you or how to receive from you, Taurus. There's just something coming through about that as well. With their feelings are the book here, which talks about knowledge and education and mystery, and the unknown, that we don't know what the next chapter holds, kind of thing. They feel there's a lot of unknown. It's kind of like there's a bit of mismatch within their own self at the moment about how they feel. They maybe don't know how they feel exactly towards you here, that they feel as though they need to learn more about the situation. They need to learn more about you before they can really make that judgment, learn more about what they've been thinking about, like, is Taurus willing to give me more? Am I willing to give Taurus more? They're trying to sort of do their research a little bit here and learn a little bit more about yourself and the situation, about in order to learn what their feelings even truly are. I feel like they're a little bit detached from their feelings. This book energy is giving very, it's very educated, but also very rational, logical ways of thinking rather than feeling, that we're seeing that in the feelings portion. And, the feelings portion is just coming through as, oh, I need to learn more. I need to ask, I need to ask more questions. I need to think about this. I need to educate myself more on what this means, or what feelings even are, what my feelings even are. So there's a bit of a interesting energy there. We do see their intentions. We have the scythe. So once again, this person's not necessarily very in touch with their own self, to be honest, because their intentions are, to cut it out, to break free, to cut it off, kind of thing. But it's a very impulsive energy that, their intentions are to make some sort of a sudden change here. To, for some of you, it's going to be to make a sudden change towards giving more or receiving more from the connection. Whereas for others of you, it does feel as though they're intending to, this is kind of a breakup card, I'm not going to lie, Taurus. Some of you, it does feel like they're intending to break up, or prepared to, at least, on a very impulsive energy as well, that they're preparing to maybe very impulsively break up, kind of thing, depending on what they learn about how they feel. It's a very interesting energy. They're preparing to be impulsive, which is very interesting. And then their actions, we see the whip here, which their actions are to create drama, create tension, to argue and have conflict with you. So, that's not necessarily positives. especially with the outcome here. The outcome, we have the letter clarified by the coffin. Okay, so the letter is communication and expression. So we definitely see that here with the whip as an action. So the action and the outcome are very, very similar here in the fact that they're trying to communicate, but they're trying to communicate in a very argumentative way. That's the action they're taking, is to be argumentative and to stir trouble with you and to start a fight, basically. And that's the way that they're expressing themselves. So the outcome is them expressing themselves in an argumentative kind of a way, which then, is clarified by this coffin energy, which does bring around an ending so that we can have a new beginning. All right. So I feel like this is why we're seeing the scythe as their intentions, because, that they are it's kind of like a pre-planning a breakup energy, to be completely honest. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, Taurus, but that's kind of, it's kind of preparing for the end. They're kind of preparing to, and it's even to the point where it's like starting a fight over nothing, just as an excuse to end it. Because, I am picking up that for some of you, when they're thinking about what they actually want to give to, for some of you, they already have someone in mind that they want a new beginning with. They want to, this is a death and then a rebirth. So they're wanting the death of the situation with you so that they can have a rebirth elsewhere in love. So I'm very sorry if that's not what you want to hear, Taurus. You're more than welcome to, cross-watch the person's sign and see what comes out on their end as well. Definitely check your other placements, of course. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini and your person. Gemini, your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. Gemini, this person's intentions towards you, their actions towards you, and then the outcome of the situation. Okay, so Gemini, I am seeing a lot of similar energy to what we saw in Aries portion of the reading. So if you do have strong Aries in your chart, you may want to check the Aries portion as well. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries, but I feel like it's more so you are the one story between Aries and Gemini. There may be strong connection for you between the Aries and the Gemini here. Whereas, we do see Aquarius and, is it Virgo? I think it's Virgo. No. Libra energy. Aquarius and Libra are coming through here as well. Okay, but your person's thoughts towards you, Gemini, we do see the star coming through. So you are the wish, you are the desire, you are the goal that this person has in mind. There's a lot of hope and optimism in their thoughts towards yourself and this connection. Okay, so overall, that's a very positive way for them to be thinking about you and this connection. But we do see the crossroad coming through in their feelings. So it's kind of like this person feels like they have to make a decision. They have to make a choice when it comes to you and this connection. They're kind of, I'm getting the phrase rock in a hard place. So it kind of feels as though, no matter which path I choose, I'm screwed either way. That there's going to be difficulties no matter what I choose to do here. I feel like that's a little bit unfounded, to be honest, especially with the other cards I'm seeing here. But it does feel as though this person does need to consciously choose which direction they're allowing their feelings to go. They're kind of at this crossroads right now where it's like, I can either back out now or I can go full tilt, because it's like I'm hitting that point where I need to make a conscious choice about how do I actually feel about Gemini? How do I, and then which path am I going to take here? Am I, I'm at that point where if I don't, if I continue on the path I'm on, that's the path we're on. Whereas if, this is like my last chance to back out kind of thing. If I need to make that choice now, if this is not going to work for me, I need to make that choice now. This is like my last chance to get off the path. So they do feel as though there is some decisions that need to be made in their feelings. But I feel like their thoughts already made that decision for them, to be honest. They have already kind of chosen you, but it's kind of like they're just getting to that point where their feelings are just getting too much. And if they continue on this path, then it's Gemini. It's Gemini the whole way from here on out, So this is my last chance to choose another direction if I so want to. But I feel like a lot of them are not going to choose a different direction at all. It's just it's kind of, to be completely honest, it's kind of the illusion of free will that they're feeling at the moment. They're feeling like, oh, my free will is spiking and going, what do you really want here? What do you really want here with Gemini? But, they're telling themselves that they still have a choice, but I don't know that they actually do. I think their heart has already chosen for them. Okay. The intentions that this person has here, Gemini, we see the key. Okay, so their intentions are to find any opportunity for success here, to, open the pathways that lead to the most success for themselves and for this connection. So there's a lot of, opening up to you here as well. That there's a intention to open up to you a lot more here. We do see their actions as the garden, which this is my date card. So for a lot of you, they're going to take you on a date sometime very, very soon. Even if it's not to the full date extent, it could be, Gemini, can we just meet up and chat? I want to spend time with you. Let's just hang out, because this is meetings and meeting in the middle and compromising, but, definitely getting out. Let's go for a walk together. Let's go to the beach together. Let's go somewhere and be seen in public together, Gemini. This is, being out and about and spending time together and meeting up with, maybe meeting their friends, meeting their family at this point as well. That might be the next action coming through from this person is, Gemini, can you, come to this event with me, meet my friends. So there might be an event. There might not be an actual date. It might be an event that they're inviting you along to as well. An invitation being extended in some way. The outcome we see here is the lily. Okay, so to go from the stars to the outcome as the lily, this is actually an amazing connection. All right, especially since we do see their intention to open up a little bit more vulnerably to you, because this is the card of emotional intimacy. When this is one of the sex cards, okay, and so, but when we see the sex cards, there's the difference between having sex and making love. This is the making love card, the intimate connection, okay, the vulnerable, sweet, kind, lovely energy. It's a very long-term energy as well. This is like, you're the one I want to grow old with kind of energy as the outcome here, Gemini. So, it does have the potential to be a very long-term connection in your life. The outcome does look very long-term for you there with the person on your mind. Okay, Gemini? But that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. We will move to Cancer. Cancer and your connection. Okay, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer with your person? Cancer, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. And what is the outcome of this connection for Cancer? Okay, clarify that, please. Okay. So this person's thoughts, they're a little bit guarded, not going to lie. We do see the masculine coming through in their thoughts. So if you yourself are a masculine, it's like they can't stop thinking about you. Maybe they're thinking about the ways in which you are masculine and the way that you take control, the way that you are very logical and whatnot, and wondering about your, because this is a very non-emotional thing. So it's kind of like protective energy. They're thinking about, how can I protect this connection, and how can I protect Cancer, and how can I be very rational and logical about the way that I'm thinking about Cancer. All right, so regardless of your genders as well, but for some of you, if you identify your person as the masculine figure in the connection, obviously there are some connections where we see that are masculine, but the most masculine figure is the one that is the topic of their thoughts. So for some of you, not all of you, but just one or two of you, their thoughts are actually a little bit more about themselves and trying to be very logical and rational about the ways that they're thinking about this connection, and thinking about the effect and whatnot on themselves, and trying to control themselves a little bit there as well. Okay, so just felt like that was necessary to mention for some of you there. Their feelings about you, we do see the ship, which is positive energy here with their feelings that they want this to move forward. They want to start this adventure with you. They want to start this journey with you. They want to, get on this ship and sail to distant waters with you. They're ready to set sail with you. They feel like you're all their ships that have come in, all filled up with treasure for them, kind of thing. They feel as though they just want to get moving. They want to get moving. There's a lot of movement. They may want to travel with you as well. They may feel as though they want to travel with you. There might be something about that for some of you as well, that they're feeling the need to travel with you and maybe experience that. I don't know what's coming through in that way. It's like it must be for someone who's never traveled with this person, never been on holidays with this person or something like that. And it's like, because it's coming through in a weird way, like that's part of their checklist to make sure that I can travel with Cancer. And that's part of how I know Cancer's my person, so it's weird like that. Sometimes people have these weird little checklist criteria, but all in all, it's wanting to move forward. They feel as though there's a lot of movement here, a lot of potential movement here, a journey to be undertaken, an adventure that awaits with you, Cancer. Their intentions, we have the Book, which is, once again, it's very masculine kind of based energy. It's kind of like they're intending to embrace the unknown. So whatever this adventure brings, they're willing to embrace that. But it's also about, wanting to learn more about you, what makes you tick, how to, surprise you, how to make you happy, how to love you. So, they're intending to learn more about you and learn how to be a partner to you. Okay. We do see their actions towards you. We have the Heart. Okay, so their actions towards you are very heart-based, feelings-based, emotions-based, unconditional love. This is romance and unconditional love. This is just love towards you. Their actions are to show you love, to give you love, to love you. Okay, Cancer, so pretty positive energy there, right? And then when we see the outcome between yourself and this person, firstly, we have the Rider, which once again is a movement card. So they want to come in quick and sweep you off your feet, be your knight in shining armor kind of energy, So they want to ride off into the sunset with you. So whoever this person is to you, Cancer, they're very fast moving energy. They want to just get the lock it down kind of thing. They just want to get it moving, get action, get things taking off and moving forward with this connection. That's clarified by the Garden. So taking you out and spending time with you, meeting up with you in public, taking you out and showing you off to all their friends, going to events with you, inviting you out on dates, and even if that date is just a walk in the park or down to the beach or whatever that is, there's definitely a lot of compromise available with that as an outcome as well. But they're ready to get moving, and they're ready to extend that offer of come on a date with me kind of thing. Good news, I've opened up my schedule so that I've got plenty of time to take you out and be out and spend time with you, meet up with you and whatnot. So for some of you, I do feel there's a bit of distance here because we're seeing the two travel cards there. For some of you, there may be a little bit of a distance for you and your person, and they're wanting to close that gap and get it moving. They're wanting to come towards you for sure. Okay, Cancer. So that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will move on over to our Leos. Leo and your person. Okay, Leo and your person. Okay, Leo, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. And the outcome for Leo and your person. Okay, so something going on with your person right now, Leo. Their thoughts are the child energy, okay? So for a couple of you, they're thinking about, oh my gosh, we're going to have amazing, beautiful children with Leo. I want to have children with Leo. My whole thought processes are taken up by my children with Leo. All I can think about is the children kind of thing. So for some of you, it's actual children. For others of you, they are a little bit immature thoughts, okay? So there is a bit of an immaturity that comes through with that child, but all in all, it's about playful, fun kind of energy. They're thinking about, how can I get Leo to have fun with me and be a bit silly and get playful and I am getting a bit of a sexual energy off that as well. That maybe they're a little bit immature in the sense of, I just want to have fun. I'm thinking about how much fun it is to be with Leo kind of thing there as well. But it's very adventurous energy as well. They're thinking about what adventures can we go on. Their feelings, though, we do see the mice coming through for this person's feelings. So there is a sense of loss that this person is feeling in regard to, what have I lost in the past? Or past losses that may be still affecting them. I do feel like for a lot of you this is more recent past. It doesn't, although it could be further back, but they're a little bit stressed out about past losses and how that affects their connection with you. So for some of you, you may have you may be aware of the loss that your person has heavy in their feelings right now. It may be like a loss of a family member that is still affecting them. But for some of you, what I'm getting here is it's like the loss of, the loss of an ex-girlfriend, for example, or the loss of an ex-boyfriend, for example. And they're worried and they're feeling like, oh, what happens if that happens with Leo? That's why it's stressing them out, because it's kind of this worry that the past will repeat itself kind of energy, that the way that they've lost someone in the past might happen again, kind of thing. It's like a fear that's coming up a little bit for this person. But I do feel like for majority of you, there's just something going on with this person at the moment. They may have lost a job or something along those lines, or are stressed out that they might lose a job or lose something in their life that's important to them in some kind of a way. Once again, there might be things from the past coming back around that they're a bit fearful of losing you or something along those lines. They're afraid of losing their job and all those sorts of things. So it feels like it's not necessarily to do with you as well. For a lot of you, it's more so something from the past that's sort of taking over them emotionally at the moment. A little bit more here. Their intentions towards you is to follow the path of destiny, with the cross coming through in their intentions. They're intending to, shoulder the burdens and take on the responsibilities that they need to in order to follow the path of fate when it comes to you. It's kind of like they're throwing their hands up and going, the universe will sort it out. It'll be what it's supposed to be. And, you know, if it's fate with Leo, then that's what it will be. So their intentions are to just trust and have faith that it will be exactly what it is supposed to be between yourself and them. So there's a lot of faith and trust. Their intentions may be to be to connect to you a little bit more spiritually as well, or some, you know, it may be religion for some of you here as well. When it comes to their actions, we see the key coming through here, Leo. Actions, taking opportunities in order to find success with you. So ultimately, that's a very positive energy. So their actions are to, you know, open the door to success with you, to find the opportunities that are successful to be with you, kind of thing, to open up to you a little bit more as well. So definitely positive energy there with the key. Now, when it comes to the outcome, we do have the scythe clarified by the moon. So there might be like the outcome here, we see a sudden emotional change basically coming through. It's like for some of you, this is like cutting out an emotional behavior or something that this person is doing. I'm just going to clarify that a little bit further. Clarify the outcome for Leo and your person. Okay, so it's going to be a good thing all in all. We do see the house and the ship here. Okay, so the house is stability and security, and then the ship is moving forward. So they're kind of like, whatever happens here, they're kind of like, for a lot of you, it's probably the mice energy in their feelings that they're trying to cut out. They're trying to cut out that fear that they've got of things repeating from the past, or, you know, cutting out the emotions connected to the stress of something, you know, that they've lost, or they're trying to, you know, enact some sort of emotional change, maturity in themselves. Their intuition seems to be pushing them forward there, especially with their intentions as the cross, to have faith and to trust. So, you know, there's a lot of intuition that comes through with the moon, and it feels like your person here, they're trying to cut out the negative and just trust their intuition a little bit more to move them into more positive directions here. So with the house here, it's like they're trying to stabilize. They're trying to, you know, have this outcome of happy family, or, you know, to, you know, home is where the heart is kind of energy, and just keep moving forward and growing and developing your connection. So all in all, it does feel positive. It's just a little bit of a random way of putting it, that this something very sudden emotionally may affect the near future before we get to the point of you know, full emotional security and stability. Or that emotional stability and security comes on very suddenly. Maybe you don't expect it. Maybe you thought they were, you know, because especially with the child as their initial thoughts, you know, that maybe if they are being a little bit immature, it may be very unexpected to you for them to all of a sudden be very emotionally and mature and secure. So it might be very unexpected, a big change, like, whoa, where did that come from, kind of thing. So maybe that's all that is for a lot of you there, Leo. But you are more than welcome to check out your other placements. You know, cross-watch your person's placements as well. See what's going on their side. And we will move on over to Virgo. Virgo, and your person. What's going on for Virgo and your person? Virgo, your person's thoughts and feelings towards you. Virgo, this person's intentions and actions towards you, and the most likely outcome for Virgo and your person. Okay, all in all, relatively positive here, Virgo. We do see this person's thoughts, though, as the Tower. All right, so they're thinking about the foundation, the structure of this connection, and, how we can, make the foundation of this connection stronger. They may be thinking about, the need to spend some time in solitude as well. It's kind of that energy of like, what it's telling me is actually the example of like, how when people are getting married, there's that idea of like, oh, you can't see the bride before the wedding kind of thing. You can't see the dress before the wedding. It's kind of like that, where it's like we need to spend a day apart so that when we are back together, it's even more important. That kind of thing. Like, maybe I need to spend a week away from Virgo to make sure that I'm thinking clearly about what I want with Virgo here, because their feelings are on the crossroads here, Virgo. So they do feel as though they do need to make some choices. Some decisions need to be made about this connection, especially with their thoughts heavily on the structure and the foundation of this connection. They are possibly thinking about, like, I do need to take some space in this connection so that I can really work out where my next steps are and which direction I want this to go. And, because it's kind of that I've got to make this decision now, like, before I'm too far down the path to turn back around again very easily. Like, I don't want to walk down this path with Virgo and then find out that was not the right choice to make. So they're really thinking about the foundation and the structure of the connection, so that because they do feel as though this is the time to make choices about how this is moving forward. All right. So, but their intentions, we do see the garden. So they may actually be intending to meet up with friends and be very social and, just spend some time away from the relationship, away from the connection, and spend time with friends to get a clearer mindset kind of thing. They may intend to, meet up with you and talk things through with you and that sort of stuff, take you out on some dates and spend time with you. There may be something there about social media as well. They might be intending to, post something on social media and then sort of assess where that takes the connection from there, because they're trying to make decisions right now. I do feel like for some of you that this is actually a bit of a testing energy, that they're intending to, be very public about the fact that they're making this choice and, asking for advice or opinions on which way should I go with Virgo, and what do you think about this, and, putting something on social media about let's take a poll, should I move in with Virgo or not? That kind of silly, it kind of feels a bit silly to me, but that's the energy I'm picking up on there. But their actions are the house, okay, which are pretty solid as an action, right? Their actions are to find security and stability with this connection, in some way, shape, or form. This is like the action of creating a home with you, Virgo, creating a family with you, finding emotional stability and mental security in the connection with you, financial security, as an actionable event in the stage of this relationship. So, that's what we're seeing for their actions. But the outcome of this connection, we have the cross and then the ship. Okay, so that the outcome is that with the cross there, it's kind of like the universe going, it'll be what it will be. All right, have faith that it all is going to keep moving forward and it will work out to be exactly as it's supposed to. There may be, it is kind of a side note here, Virgo, that there is a bit of a responsibility on you both to make sure that this does keep moving forward, that we're not coming to a standstill within this connection. The outcome is to keep moving forward, to cover the distance between you, especially if you do live at a distance to your person. Have faith that you will be able to start this adventure, start this journey with this person and keep that journey going, so there is, it's kind of like the journey is just beginning. You need to have faith that it is, and, you know, making sure that you're willing to take on the responsibility to help keep this moving as well. Okay, Virgo. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Libra. Okay, Libra and your person. What does Libra need to know about your person? Okay, Libra, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. The outcome between yourself and your person, Libra. Okay, Libra. Just a warning, if you're not ready to hear it, check a different placement, Libra. Your person's thoughts towards you, we have the mice. Okay, so they're thinking about something that's been lost in the past, stressing a little bit here. I feel like for a lot of you, they're thinking about feeling as though that they're thinking about that they've lost something, part of themselves or opportunities or something along those lines, that their connection with you has suppressed something within them, to be honest. They could be, you know, just thinking heavily about, like, because it feels like a loss of freedom more than anything. But it could be something to do with something that's happened in the past between yourself and them, and that they've lost something from whatever's happened in the past between yourself and them. Their feelings here, we see the book. Okay, so the book is a very non-feeling card. It's all about learning more and educating and researching and planning, and it's a very intelligent energy, but it's also, you know, like looking at the next chapter and like, what do I want my story to be like here, and getting a very strong planning kind of energy coming through. That their feelings are not necessarily emotional. They're more, you know, rational and logical, and what have I learned? What can I learn? You know, what do I need to learn here? Is this story, you know, the way that I want my story to go, kind of thing. Especially with what I'm seeing here, their intentions, we have the fox. Okay, so I'm not impressed to see that as somebody's intentions towards you, Libra. That is, you know, in this particular reading, it's selfishness. Their intention is to be selfish and to do what they need to do for themselves, not for this connection, but for themselves. To say whatever needs to be said to get their way, kind of thing. It can be a little bit, you know, intending to be a bit of a player or play mind games of some sort. So it is a little bit concerning that to see that in their intentions, especially with their actions being the tower here as well. And the tower talks about solitude and, you know, looking at the structure and the foundation of their lives, and they're wanting to action being by themselves. Both the fox and the tower are very independent, alone kind of energies, very focused on oneself, you know, spending time alone in solitude, you know, you know, a bit defensive as well, like a defense, like a fortress kind of energy. And then as the outcome here, we see the rider and the clover. which are both, but independently, these are both very positive cards. But as an outcome in this situation, this is that they're moving towards taking chances, taking risks, investing in something. And it does feel as though this is, jumping in the deep end and being very impulsive and taking silly risks. Just clarify for Libra what direction that outcome leads Libra and their person, please. Okay, so maybe not as bad as we thought, but, they still are in a very secular way of thinking, way of feeling, intentions and actions. They're all very focused on themselves rather than this connection, to be honest. So then to see this as the outcome here is that maybe that they're like, oh, good news, I'm willing to start investing, to start taking a chance on this connection, to maybe move in the right direction. This is movement. This is coming in. Good news. Look, I'm coming in with good fortune, and I'm coming in taking a chance on us, Libra, especially with the anchor and the flowers, clarifying that there as well. So the anchor in the flowers is stability, and it's giving and receiving, reciprocal. So that's exactly what we want to see from that outcome, with that very secular individual energy in the main portion of the reading here. This brings us back together. This is giving as much as we take. This is giving a chance to you, Libra, to be stable and secure and dependable for you. So, there is still a chance here, Libra. Your person at the moment does seem to be very self-focused. But, all in all, I do believe in benefit of the doubt for a lot of things. And maybe there's a reason that is the case, and that their energies, their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions and actions towards this connection are all very independent energy, very focused inward energy. Maybe there's something else going on in their life. Maybe that's why we're seeing the mice in their thoughts, that they're thinking about something that they have lost. Maybe they have suffered a recent loss, and maybe they're thinking about the past and feeling as though they have lost a part of themselves, and intending to maybe take some time, with that as the actions here, the solitude as their actions. Maybe they are intending to take some time to themselves, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to result in a bad thing. Maybe that's what they need to get themselves back on track with this connection, Libra. So that's what we're seeing for you. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear today, though, Libra. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius and your person. What's going on for Sagittarius and your person? Sagittarius, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. And the most likely outcome for Sagittarius and your person. Okay. I'm hearing that song, Dreams Can Come True. I don't know how the rest of that goes. But that phrase, dreams can come true. Okay, Sagittarius. I just realized too, I skipped Scorpio, but I'll come back to Scorpio, I promise. Okay. There must be a reason for the delay. You must have needed the messages first. But I definitely have been saying Sagittarius the whole time, right? All right, so your person's thoughts towards you, Sagittarius, we do see the coffin coming through first. So they're thinking about transformation. They're thinking about something that needs to end in order to, start all over again, kind of thing. That they're thinking about, a death and a rebirth, an ending that is a new beginning, a transformation energy here. They're feeling as though they need to take a chance, take a risk in order to, it does feel very interconnected here because the intentions I have lead us straight back to the thoughts. We have the clouds there, and the clouds just talks about thoughts and overthinking outcomes and things like that. So it's going back through to this coffin energy. The intentions lead us straight back to our thoughts. It's like a little bit of a loop going through here. So it's kind of like thinking about behaviors that need to end, thinking about, especially the way that they overthink things and anxiety issues and depression and those sorts of things, any confusion that they have. It's kind of like they're feeling like they need to take a chance to invest in something one way or another, and take a chance on this connection in order to move it forward. We have the actions here as the ship, which is all about moving things forward. All right, that's a lot of movement. That's closing the distance, between the two of you, whether it be emotionally or physically. It can be, wanting to take you on a holiday, even wanting to travel with you, that sort of thing, actioning travel with you. Okay, Sagittarius, but there's definitely this forward movement in their actions. They're, for a lot of you, they're closing out some sort of loop, some sort of cycle that they've been stuck in, especially thought-based, within their own thoughts and anxieties and whatnot. They're definitely closing that loop out and ending some bad ways of thinking in order to, trust and have a bit more, take a chance on the better ways of thinking, the more positive ways of thinking about this connection. Because the outcomes we see here, we have the star. Okay, so the star does tell us that, there's goals, there's aspirations, there's dreams being fulfilled, wishes being fulfilled. There's the outcome is hope and optimism in this connection. So whatever's going on with your person right now, Sagittarius, the actions are going to be to move forward and to keep on moving, which will result in dreams coming true for you in this connection. All right, this is like one of the ideal outcomes. Out of every card in the whole deck, that would be one of the most ideal outcomes for a connection, is to have your wishes come true, your goals being met, to be able to have hope and optimism in your person and your connection. Okay, Sagittarius. So that's what we're seeing for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And we will move on over to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio and your person. Scorpio and your person. Your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards this connection. Scorpio. And I'm sorry if you did notice, Scorpio, I did actually accidentally, I don't know how I managed it, but I went straight to Sagittarius before you, so the timestamps might look a little bit off in this video, but lo and behold, here we are. What are the outcomes for Scorpio in this connection? Scorpio and your person, outcomes, please. Okay, so Scorpio, your person's thoughts, we have the crossroads. All right, so they're thinking about making a decision. They're thinking about making a choice here. I feel like for a lot of you, there's not many choices that can be made here. There's not many directions that can be made here. And so you probably have a pretty good idea of what the choices might entail that they're thinking about. All right. Because for a lot of you, it's going to be along the lines of they're thinking about choosing you, Scorpio, choosing to be in this connection with you, or choosing to walk a different path. Okay. Their feelings towards you, Scorpio, we have the ring. All right. So They're feeling a lot of connection to you. Definitely, definitely. This is my relationship card. They're feeling a strong relationship card, like strong relationship to you. But it can also be cycles and patterns. All right. So they are feeling the effect of, the cycles and patterns that they have ascribed to in their life. And maybe that's why we're seeing that decisions needing to be made in their thoughts, because they are sort of feeling the effect of, loops that they've gotten stuck in, cycles that they've gotten stuck in, patterns that they haven't been able to break free from. And it's kind of like they're feeling as though they maybe need to break a certain pattern in order to have this connection with you, Scorpio. So they're really thinking about, okay, well, I need to decide, am I going to break the pattern or continue the pattern? And they're making the conscious choice that, the ring can also symbolize eternity as well, commitment. They're feeling as though they want to commit to you. So, if they make the choice, not so much out of their thoughts, but out of their feelings, the choice is for commitment, okay? Because that's their feelings. Their feelings are wanting commitment, all right? Their intentions, we do have the cross coming through. So, I'm kind of seeing a mature kind of energy here, because their intentions here are to take responsibility. So whatever that means in your situation. So they may have messed up at some point, and they're taking personal responsibility for that. For some of you, they're taking responsibility off your shoulders. So they're taking on more responsibility in order to, have a stronger commitment with you. But ultimately, this is a very spiritual energy as well. And it does talk about, having faith and trusting in the universe that, this is going to be what it needs to be, when it needs to be. This is trusting the path, trusting that the path is taking us exactly where we need to go, having faith and, a strong spiritual connection coming through there as well. And they're intending to follow the path of, trusting that, the universe, God, whatever, is guiding them the right direction here, that they are going to make the right choices. Whatever's destined to be their life will be their life, kind of thing. Their actions, we see the garden coming through. Okay, so the garden is my date card. So they may actually take you out on a date. They may extend some sort of invitation to you. So it could be, come and meet my family, come and meet my friends. It could be, come out and spend time with me. I want to show you off in public, that kind of thing. There might be a social media based action there as well towards you. Okay, Scorpio. But all in all, it is a card of compromise. It's meeting in the middle, and it's meeting up with you. I do feel like for a lot of you, their action is to meet up with you in some way, shape, or form. Whatever path they take to do that, whether it's an official date, whether it's meeting up for a coffee or a walk through the park or whatever, they do intend to meet you, kind of thing. Meet you halfway, meet you where you're at, kind of thing. The outcome we see for you here, Scorpio, we have the bear and the lily. So the bear tells us that, this person is going to sort of stand tall and strong and confident, that the outcome is strength and confidence in the connection. With the bear, there is a need for healthy boundaries, especially healthy boundaries between the two of you long term. All right, with the lily there as well, and also strong boundaries, and I suppose guidelines is coming through there. Strong guidelines and boundaries around the emotional vulnerability and intimacy between us. So being very open and honest and kinder to each other, that kind of thing, as an outcome here, especially in the long term. But this is my long term card. This is like, I want to grow old with you. I want to take care of you. I want to protect this connection. I want to, I'll defend this connection if I need to. I want to protect and nurture this connection long term. I want to protect and nurture the emotional intimacy between us long term. So we are seeing the potential for a very long term connection here. It does seem a little bit dependent there on this person making that conscious choice to break the pattern of their thoughts, if that makes sense. All right, so that's what we're seeing for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe, and we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn and your person. Capricorn and your person. What is going on for Capricorn with your person, please? Okay, Capricorn, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. The outcome for Capricorn and your person, please. Capricorn. If you're not ready to hear the message, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, or cross-watch your person's placements as well. Your person's thoughts towards you, Capricorn. We do see the Rider coming through. So this is, a card of taking action, of moving forward, of coming towards you. This is kind of like thinking about sharing my good news with Capricorn. This is about, being a knight in shining armor. They're thinking about knight in shining armor kind of energies. They're thinking about, some of you, this is my showing up at your door kind of energy. This is like riding off into the sunset, coming and picking you up and riding off into the sunset happily ever after. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it, Capricorn. But they're feeling it's going to be trouble. Okay, we have the Whip. They're feeling like it's going to be trouble, that it's going to be drama. They're feeling drama, conflict, tension. There's a lot of self-punishment that's coming through with that. They're in conflict. Their feelings are in conflict. Their feelings are like to punish themselves, to hate on themselves. So, I feel like they are feeling a bit guilty for something here. But this is strong conflict and argument energy. They're feeling like it's weird, because it's like they're thinking they want to come on in and swoop you off your feet, but they're feeling like it's just going to be an argument, a problem, a drama to do so. Like, it's kind of that energy of like, this is what I want to do, but it's going to be too much trouble. So, and it's going to be like emotional drama. Like, I'm picking up an energy off your person, Capricorn, like they struggle to deal with emotions, just full stop. Like, emotions create trouble for them. So they just try to steer clear of emotions altogether, good and bad. Their intentions, though, we see the Letter. So they're thinking about it, and they're intending to come forward and communicate and, express their thoughts to you, express their feelings to you in some kind of a way. They're intending to communicate with you, Capricorn. But their actions are pretty stagnant here with the Mountain. Their actions are, it could go both ways, okay, Capricorn, because the Mountain is immovable force, right? The Mountain is blockages, it's obstacles, it's delays. So even though they're intending to communicate and, show some expression towards you, Capricorn, it could be very delayed into actual action. It could be, the actions have a lot of obstacles, blockages to the actions in general. So it's kind of like, it feels like a lot of hard work that this person would have to do. So I do feel like for some of you, I'm just picking up on your person's energy. Like, even though they're thinking about it and they're intending to, it might just, it feels like too much hard work. So they might not actually follow through with their thoughts and intentions. Because, I feel like it might just be too much drama. All this work that I would have to do to take action towards Capricorn. It's kind of with that's your card as well, Capricorn. So your person might be kind of sitting there going, Capricorn needs to take action. Not me. Capricorn needs to take action. It's too much hard work for me to take action, so Capricorn has to do it. The outcome we see for this connection, Capricorn, we do have the fox and the masculine coming through. Which one of you is the masculine in the situation, Capricorn? We do see a lot of connections that are, masculine or feminine. And I'm not talking about gender. I'm talking about, people's energy. Like, we all have a balance of masculine and feminine. And, there's a lot of women in the world that are very in their masculine energy. So we do quite often see the masculine dynamics where or even the masculine feminine, where the genders are actually, the female is the masculine in the situation. So who is the masculine in the situation? Because they are in this fox energy, all right? Or they will be in this fox energy. This is the outcome of the situation, is that it becomes, and I feel like for a lot of you, this may even be both of you moving into this fox energy as the outcome here, where that's it, I'm only going to look out for myself. This is a little bit selfish. This is a little bit, for some of you, this is player energy. This is mind games energy. This is, I do what I need to do for me. I say what I want to say, so I get what I want. That's logical. That's rational. That's the best way to survive. That's how I look after myself. I don't have emotions. I'm telling myself I'm being clever. It's not necessarily clever at all. It's very masculine energy there with the fox. I think I'm being intelligent by only caring about myself, basically. Only doing what I need to do for me, so I get what I want. I'm not doing this for the connection. I'm doing this for me. And I do feel like that might be for like both of you, actually, ending up in this energy individually. We do see the house as well, though. So it's kind of like, I'm going to worry about my own stability and security. I need to worry about my own emotional stability, my own financial security. That's what I'm worrying about. I'm not worrying about this connection. I'm worrying about my emotional stability and my financial security. I'm worrying about my physical house as well for some of you. I'm going to focus on my home life rather than a shared home life. Does that make sense? It does feel it's very individual energy. It's not a two people energy. It's a very individual energy with the masculine and the fox coming out together, Capricorn. So I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear from your situation, but that is what is coming through. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel. We will move on over to Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius and your person. Aquarius and your person. Aquarius and your person. Their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, and their actions towards you, Aquarius. The outcome for Aquarius and your person. Just clarify that. Okay, so Aquarius, some of you might be on the cusp with Capricorn. There was another sign that had similar energy as well, but I can't recall. You're more than welcome to check your other placements as well. I'm seeing Leo energy, strong Leo energy. We do also have just a bit of Capricorn energy in there, and Sagittarius as well, but strong Leo. The thoughts we have your person towards this connection, we have the child. Okay, so this person is, in this particular reading, this is coming through as very immature energy when I'm seeing the child as somebody's thoughts. They think about things in a very immature kind of a way. Very, I just want to have fun kind of way, to be honest. That it's just part of the adventure, and I just want to have fun kind of thing. I just want to do what I want to do and have fun. Especially when I'm seeing their feelings as this fox energy as well. All right. And the fox is a very kind of selfish energy. Can be a player. It can be playing games. But it's very, I do what I do for myself. And I don't really worry about everyone else. I just get what I need. I feel like I need to survive by saying whatever I need to say in order to get what I want, to do what I need to do in order to get what I want. I'm a bit tricksy. I'm a little bit clever, crafty about things, a bit sneaky even. They feel like this is the only way they know how to. They feel like they're being smart about it. They're being intelligent about it. That this is an intelligent way, a clever way for them to feel. But ultimately to see such a logical based energy in a feelings portion, that's not heart space. That's coming from mind space, not heart space. So their feelings are very up in their head, only kind of worrying about themselves in the situation, Aquarius. They're not focusing on the connection with their feelings. They're focusing on themselves with the feelings. All right. Although their intentions are the sun. So their intentions are to find happiness, to be happy, which, a little bit here, back to the immaturity, back to the I just want to have fun. I just want to be happy. I'm intending to just find my happiness. It doesn't necessarily equate to your happiness as well, Aquarius. It's their happiness that's coming through here. They're intending to bring certain things to light, though. There is a lot of, things coming out into the light with the sun as well. So, they're not going to be, it's not going to be hidden, put it that way. They're intending to make sure everything is out in the open with how they feel and think about the connection. So I suppose at least there's that, right? Their actions, though, we do see the masculine, which is kind of a continuation of the fox in this sense, because it's a very rational, logical way of thinking. It's a very non-emotional way of thinking. Their actions are going to be to continue to not be emotional about the situation, to be very logical and rational about what suits themselves. This is, I take control, I take power, I do what I want kind of energy a little bit there. I am getting a little bit more so the unevolved masculine there, so it's a little bit chaotic and can create argument as well. The outcomes, we do see the key and the birds. I do feel as though the outcome is that this person is going to open any door they want. Open whatever door they want. Be open to lots of opportunities. So both of you may be needing to, not close the door completely on other opportunities around you, because this is an outcome of taking opportunities that lead to success. And for a lot of you, I feel like it may not be together. Okay, it's kind of like this person keeping the door open for other opportunities. It's kind of like especially with the fox there, and the immaturity coming through, the non-emotional stuff coming through. I do whatever I want to do to be happy kind of thing. It does feel as though they're just kind of, I hate to say it, but maybe waiting for a better opportunity to come their way. We do see the birds there as well, which is like chatter, conversations, gossip, rumors. So it's kind of giving the energy of talking to a lot of people, trying to look around and talk to as many people as they can to see what other opportunities are available. A bit chittery kind of energy that for a lot of you, I do feel here too that you may need to use this message as an outcome for yourself, in the sense of talk to people about this and, get other people's opinions and advice about whether this is the right opportunity for you as well, Aquarius. Because just intuitively here, I just feel a mismatch, that you're both going to find better opportunities than this connection itself. So I am sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but you're more than welcome to, cross-watch your person's placements, or check out other placements of yours. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Pisces. Okay, Pisces and your person. What does Pisces need to know in regards to your person, Pisces? Okay, Pisces, your person's thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions towards you. Okay, and the most likely outcome for Pisces and your person. I'm just wanting to clarify this person's feelings, okay? Okay, so Pisces, this might not be the person that you're thinking of, to be honest. I feel like for some of you, you don't know who this person, like it's not the person that you're thinking. It's not your person as you're thinking of them right now. This person's thoughts towards you, Pisces, we have the heart. Okay, so they're thinking about how much they love you, Pisces. They're thinking about the romance that they want to give to you. They're thinking about the unconditional love that they've got in their heart for you. They're thinking about, ooh, Pisces could be the love of my life. But what's very interesting is their feelings, all right? Because this is why I clarified it, because we got the scythe coming through. And I've got that clarified here by the letter and the clover. Okay, so the scythe is a sudden break or change. But what the sudden break is, it's kind of like a sudden break in their feelings that I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle this anymore. I have to tell Pisces how I feel. I have to take a chance. I have to take the risk to express to Pisces that I think I might love them. This is sudden, very impulsive, I can't handle this anymore. I need to break free from my thoughts and start putting this into the action kind of thing. And it's very impulsive, very sudden, out of nowhere, especially with the clover there as well. That's also in impulsive energy. The letter is expression and communication. I need to tell Pisces. I need to jump in the deep end and just tell Pisces how I feel towards them, what I think about them. Their intention we have the anchor. I need to, I'm intending to be secure and reliable and dependable for Pisces. I want to be the thing that they know they can survive anything because they've got me by their side. I want to be that reliable force for Pisces. Actions, Pisces. We have the star. Their actions are to have hope, have optimism, that you are the dream, you are the wish come true. Every goal I have, I'm going to take action towards my goals. My action is to hope and be optimistic that my wishes are going to be fulfilled. The outcome, I feel like this is just the wanted outcome, all right, to be honest, because I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, this person hasn't seemed to, it doesn't look like they've actually expressed this to you yet. You might not even know that this person feels this way about you. But the outcome, we have the ring. Commitment, relationship. I want a commitment with Pisces. I want to offer the world to Pisces. I want to, contract myself to Pisces. I want a relationship with Pisces. I want to commit to Pisces. The outcome is relationships, commitments, all right? Sometimes it can talk about cycles or patterns, but I'm not picking that up here. It's just purely, I want to make a contract between me and Pisces. Seeing a lot of love here, feeling a lot of positive energy from this person, that you may be the wish come true, and this person's willing to start taking action to have their dreams come true here, Pisces. The outcome is a relationship, a commitment. Okay? So that's what we're seeing for you, Pisces. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements. Definitely subscribe to the channel as well. And we will see you again soon. When I say we, I just mean me. Okay, guys? Like, apparently there's a few of me in here. Gotta love it, right? But yeah, like I said, I'll see you all again soon.